So, 3, 2, 1. You're listening to The Secret Stage, a Scarlet Rhapsody podcast featuring Jared, Miguel, and Ramses, three nerds who love video games and like inviting their friends to hang out and talk about them. Hey everyone, welcome to The Secret Stage. I'm Jared. With me today, of course, is Ramses and Miguel. Why wouldn't they be here? And we, of course, have background Becky, baby Miguel, and our producer floating around somewhere. So it's a full house. Things are going to be fun and crazy because they always are here on the show. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
All right. For those who are listening live, we have a nice little live stream going on. Or we should be.
It is. Just need to refresh the page.
Yeah. Alrighty. Oh, Twitch. Miguel, tell us what you're about to play.
I am going to be playing One Way Heroics, the game that was released on Steam back in February. It's available now for about $3.50, $4 for you to buy on Steam. If you don't want to pay $4, keep a lookout for it because Steam likes to put those indie games on sale for so often. Every so often.
It's December. It's gonna be on sale.
So yeah.
Just wait till after Christmas, or actually, couple of days actually.
So yes. So thanks to everyone who's following us online, but show's right here and going. I'm looking forward to seeing this game and. We begin our show kind of the way we always begin our show, which is with a little segment I like to call What You've Been Playing. Miguel, since you're going to probably get a little distracted by One Way Heroics, let me know what you're going to be, what you've been playing this week.
What I've been playing this week is not One Way Heroics, for one. I just barely got this game, and I'm going to be playing it fresh. Somewhat fresh. I played a little bit of it before the show started just to see what the big feel of it, but I didn't really go too far. But you'll be seeing me play this game first hand, solo, barely learning how things are going. And from that, I've been playing mostly, Hyrule Warriors.
Which you live streamed yesterday for those who missed it.
Yep. And then for the after show later on, I'm going to be streaming the arcade game Rygar.
All right.
And then from all that, here and there, playing a little bit of, old Wii game, Wii virtual console games I have, and a little bit of this stuff. I'm gonna probably settle down and play Destiny's first expansion when it comes.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are really excited about that.
Yep.
If I played shooters, I'd be a Destiny junkie, but I'm unfortunately not as much of a shooter player. So I just have to have all my friends post about it on Facebook and Twitter and etc. Like, okay, I know you guys are excited. All right, not a bad little lineup there though. Ramses, mind if I take next?
Please.
Okay, so for me, obviously, if you've been watching the bonus stage show, I've been playing Snow Brothers, which I give my little review there, so I'm not going to hang on too much. I think the one thing I really noticed in this game is it's way less fun if my brother playing player one and me, because I was always player two, because younger brother, you're player two. That's the rule. So it feels weird not having my brother there for co-op. Like, we rented this game a couple of times, we never owned it, so it was one of those things where I was like, I always played this two-player, because we always rented it if there's both of us. And as much as we loved Bubble Bobble and Mario Brothers, which we owned both of those, we did enjoy Snow Brothers, but it's just not the same rolling solo without my brother. Just, I don't know. I guess for games you're used to co-oping on, when you run it solo, it just feels weird. Other thing I've been playing this week has been Atelier Aisha. God, I love this game. I love this franchise. Most people pronounce it Atelier, but it's French, so you don't pronounce the R at the end of that. It basically follows this cute alchemist, and you make items and explore the world, and you try to basically save your sister, which is kind of a nice little simple quest. The characters are all cute anime girls, all of different archetypes and cute outfits. And you travel around, and I've been liking it. I like the whole how the world exploration is done and how there really isn't in a lot of RPGs, it'll be go here, go here, go here, like a list of things you need to do. And this it'll be like, this person, is like, explore these mines. And another person says, you should, if you want to find clues about your sister, you should maybe take a look at this village, or take a look at, these nomads. Nomads might know. So what you get is this like list of different tasks you can do, more or less in any order you want. So it really gives you this choice of kind of exploring the world wherever you want to go next. And I really like that. It's nice having an RPG where the role-playing aspect of choosing where you want to go is up to you. And I know people could say, but in Fallout or in Skyrim, and I'm like, yes, the Bethesda games do keep that, the Witcher games keep that. But in JRPGs, they've had this horrible, horrible problem of being very, very linear. And this has kind of cleared out some of that linear nature to the game, and I really like that.
Oh, sorry to interrupt real quick. Rami, if you have the audio for the stream, can you bring it down a bit because you're echoing off of it?
Yes, it is. I've been trying to ignore that.
I don't have anything. I have everything muted.
Mine's muted too. Unless it's
Is
on
that
your
on
end,
mine?
Jared, if you're on.
God, that was on mine. What the heck? The volume's down at the very bottom, and yet it was still making noise. That's great.
Sorry.
Good to know I was screwing up our own podcast, because that was always my plan. Yay, I get to delete this section.
Oh no, it's alright.
The home.
Anyways, to go on,
I'll start a discussion about it. I'll do an audio editing magic to deal with any of the background stuff. Hopefully my mic didn't pick it up. Didn't look like it was.
It might not have. But
okay.
Anyways, on my end over here, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Anyone that's watching, thanks for holding off for a quick little big thing. I know it's boring to watch one-way heroics title screen for so long.
Yeah, you get that started on that. I'll wrap up the last couple of games I have on my Play This Week list. Shoot. I know I had 4, and I can only remember those 2. I played the demo for the Sonic Boom game on 3DS.
Oh my god, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were listening to our stream...
But I want to, sorry to interrupt, Jared, but I want to say One Way Heroics is the Secret Stage Gate Indie Game of the Month.
Show it off and we'll have your segment.
We went off into our tangent there. This is the Indie Game of the Month, One Way Heroics. Go on Steam, pick it up. I already mentioned how much it costs and what's on there. Pick it up, just look it up on Steam, the developer and everything's there. We'll probably hyperlink it on the podcast page. Possibly. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Thanks for being patient with us, fellows, out there on stream Twitch land. We're gonna start it up, and then continue with the show for my comments.
Okay. As for the last 2 games I've been playing, I'll actually reverse the order and the order I went into these. Was playing some Castle Crashers online with one of my friends because I love just running around chopping stuff in half. That game's a lot of fun. If you've never played Castle Crashers, you'll find it on sale on Steam for like nothing. It's a lot of fun. You just play as these cartoony knights and you kill stuff and you collect weapons and loot and monies.
I think I was gonna have keep the character name as Nameless.
Alright. So Castle Crashers is fun and makes me feel happy. I think he's getting distracted by the screen.
Anyways, keep going, Jared.
But the last game I played was the game that kind of made me grind my teeth. I played the Sonic Boom demo on the 3DS, and if you were listening to our stream last night when we were streaming Hyrule Warriors and Godzilla, I was playing during the Hyrule Warriors part just to finish up the demo because I closed my DS because the train ride was over. And I reopened it up and I was like, alright, let's do this. And it's just me swearing a lot while playing through that. I know that people will say, hey, the Sonic franchise has gotten a little stale. And I'll agree, it has gotten a little stale. And this game does have some good things trying to make Sonic more exciting and fun. You can switch between Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and the weird Fox, Wombat, etc. girl whose name I don't know. But other... What? Sticks, yes, and you can play as Sticks, which is one of those Fairweather Friend characters that I don't know if she's from Adventure, I don't know where she came from, but she's
a new character they made for this series.
Okay, so she's playable. The levels are long. It's just you keep finding these little warp things that take you to another section of the level, and it just keeps going. And I'm used to my Sonic levels being relatively quick little jaunts where you can feel like you accomplished something by running through this stage and surviving all the traps and enemies. This just goes on, and the demo is only one level, but God, it feels like I was playing like 6 levels. It's done in the 2D style. It begins like 3D, like for certain little segments. That's more of a gimmick thing, but I like that. I thought that was kind of cool. But the whole game plays as a 2D game, which I like. I prefer 2D Sonic. While I would say Adventure had some fun moments, I really like the 2D Sonics. That's just Sonic for me. It has a lot of the cool parts where you'll hit like a speed thing and you'll go through like the loop-de-loop and the corkscrews and bounce off of all these little springs and stuff, and it looks pretty cool. I like flying around as Tails. That's actually pretty fun. So there's definitely some aspects of this game I really like. What they did to change up the formula, which gets to me a little bit, is if you hit X, you do this like dash move. And if you hit A, you throw out this little energy grappling hook thing. So there's certain enemies that can only be defeated by using the grappling hook to take off their shield, but then you can hit them. There's certain blocks you can only break through if you're in your dash mode. And there's a lot of just run through a bunch of stuff, jump over a bunch of traps. Oh, I'm at a wall. Double jump and use your air dash to break through this wall. I'm like, well, at least thank you for killing all the momentum I built up to this point. And now I have to start building momentum all over again. And the map has a lot of just routes that lead to nowhere. And I'm like, what is the point of this route? What was the point of me jumping off all these springs to get to this upper area where I didn't find any... I mean, do I need to use a specific character to open up a lock? Do I need a key? Do I need a specific... What? Okay, I'll backtrack. Oh, well, here's an exit. Okay, thanks. I'm like, well, then what the hell's this upper area for? A lot of weird dead ends like that just frustrate you. A lot of things we have to use the grappling hook to jump across a thing, and if you don't hit the A button... it's the B button. If you don't hit the B button fast enough to do like the attack, the lock-on attack on an enemy, you'll just land directly on an enemy and take damage. Like it doesn't auto you.
What?
It doesn't auto when you leap off with your grappling hook. It doesn't auto you into a ball to hit an enemy. It just has him just like landing with his feet first. So half the time I'm landing into enemies unless I quickly double tap B to do a lock-on attack. A lot of little things like that were just killed the fun. Way too many pits of death. Way too many pits of just falling in the water or falling on spikes or what have you, just to death. So you're running and you're feeling like you're having a great experience, running really fast and being all cool, and then, you make a jump, but oh no wait, that was a grappling hook jump and you didn't hit the grappling hook, so guess what? You fall right in the water and lose all your rings. I go, good, I was going fast and having fun, and I didn't know there was a grappling hook thing, so now I just fell to my death. Yay! A lot of crap like that. Or worse ones are when it's like, oh, you're supposed to use your dash to break through this wall, and if you don't break through the wall, you just fall to your death. And I'm like, ugh. So, graphically, I think it's nice. Level length, for anyone who has an issue of Sonic levels being too short, and really the way I guess I could explain this level length is it feels like playing like all 3 acts of a stage as one level. Except for no boss at the end. And no cool little capsule thing you can hit to let out a bunch of forest critters. None of that stuff. I just got to a little teleport thing, and it's like, yeah! And then he just flies away, and it's the level ended. And I was like, okay. Has the voices of the characters from the show, which I dig. I like the little, hua, and yeah, and whoa, and all those things like that. And it's nice touches. Like graphics and sound are all good. It controls very precisely. It's just the level design is not designed for fun. And that will kill a Sonic game, in my opinion.
But the thing is, from what I heard, it emphasizes more on exploration, which is like, that's not what you want to be doing with Sonic.
It's not what you're used to be doing. And when you're going fast, to then be told, oh, no, you need to go slow because you could find the secret passage that could lead you to here or there. And I go, but Sonic's about running really fast and collecting rings and occasionally Chaos Emeralds. And
the thing is,
attacking a fat dude. Like, really just abusing a fat dude. I mean, that's what the game's about. It has nothing to do with... But you know what? If you don't like the Sonic games being a rush through the stage kind of thing and you want to have a different take on Sonic, My best thing for that is to play the RPG that came out for the DS. What was it called? Legend of... Shoot. What was the RPG for the... I know there was a Sonic RPG. It was called Legend...
The Brotherhood of... The Chronicles of the Brotherhood or something like that?
Something like that. Chronicles of the Brotherhood or... Whatever. Look that up, because that's a different style of Sonic game that could actually... That's, in my opinion, a little bit more enjoyable than a...
Okay, Sonic Chronicles of the Dark Brotherhood.
Dark Brother. Oh god, the most generic name ever. Well,
what BioWare game, by the way.
I actually kind of dig the RPG a little bit. I didn't play a lot of it, but what I have played of that, I actually enjoyed. Just for being different. If you want to do a different...
because it's made by BioWare, that's why.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah!
Nice. No, I highly recommend this. I highly recommend Dark Brotherhood, then it's done by BioWare, buy that. If you want an exploration platformer, there are... I mean, this is probably one of the better options, just because you could switch the 4 characters on the fly. They all have special powers. Tails throws bombs, which is kind of cool. If he's in his flying mode, or maybe not. You chuck the bombs, and I think even in the flying mode you can chuck the bombs, which is kind of fun. Though hard to aim when you're flying. I don't know what Styx does. I didn't really play with her, and then Knuckles has like his punches and stuff. Like I said, if you're into that style of game, you'll probably enjoy it. It's not what I want from Sonic. I want to run fast, collect rings, occasionally a Chaos Emerald, and then crash into a fat man while spinning in a ball. That's basically all I want. I want Sonic 1 and 2, and 3. Especially 3. 3 is awesome. Oh, and Sonic and Knuckles. I love Sonic and Knuckles. So that's what I want out of Sonic. This is not what I want, but graphically, audio-wise, it's really good. Just the level design bothered me. And it was just a demo. There could be better levels, but I get the feeling it's all going to be like that.
By the way, welcome our newest viewer, Deb.
Yeah. Always welcome to new people.
Yay.
Deb's watching us. I'm pretty sure also that means Stan is also watching us as well.
Deb is a friend of the show, for those who don't know. She's been on the other Scarlet Rhapsody podcasts.
She's an ally of everybody. She's like she and Stan are like Gamera. They're the allies of children.
Right.
Anyways,
that's how I think of Stan, ally of children. Yes. I see Stan as more like I don't know, one of the other monsters who destroys the city. Unless King Ghidorah shows up, then that monster teams up with Godzilla. That's what I see. Stan is Mothra. He has creepy twins who follow him around. That's what I think Stan is. Stan has creepy twins. Anyway, that's my games of this week. Ramses, you can go on to yours. I just needed to get my Sonic rage out.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. If I was like, just
remind me next time not to take the Northern Path, because, jeez.
My God, you're getting your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. For me, I started playing a little bit of the multiplayer mode of Arkham Origins. If there's one thing that's not broken from that game, it's the multiplayer. It's actually, I would dare say it's actually pretty good.
How does that work in a Batman game? Or does someone play as Robin or what?
Okay, it works like this. It's a deathmatch mode. Basically, it's 3 prisoners.
Okay.
And it's a queue of 30 prisoners for each faction. Because there's a faction that's for the Joker, and there's a faction for Bane. Mm-hmm. And you're fighting, and you're pretty much fighting to get control of where you're at. 2 other players are playing as Batman and Robin.
Okay.
And your objective is, if you're playing as Bane or the Joker's faction, you have to go you have to like get control of space.
Okay, so it's territory control.
Yeah, territory control. And if it gets to the last guy's gonna be either Bane or the Joker, and they have enhanced stuff. Okay.
And then you have Batman and Robin harassing you, plus the other opposing side's criminals.
Yes.
I can get really chaotic. I kind of dig that.
It's good. It's good. It's really good. I think it's one of the better things they did with that game was to introduce that multiplayer. I kind of wish they put that multiplayer in a different game. Like, it seems kind of out of place for a game like this. Like, I could have, as a standalone, like, I would have liked this game as a standalone, like, Arkham, battle or something like that.
What was the one thing called, Gotham Pretender? Not Gotham Pretenders,
Oh yeah, Gotham City Pretenders.
That's what it's called, yeah. It seems like it could have been its own individual game like that. Because that would be a really...
Yeah, that's where a class-based game. What's up?
It sounds like a really fun multiplayer game. I actually wouldn't mind to do that. I mean, I'm not really into the deathmatch, but I love territory control. And if they do different classes, if you throw a class,
Wasn't it
you throw a
Call of
class
Duty
system for that.
Imposters?
Yeah, imposters.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Thank you. Yeah, it feels like it could be a standalone game like that from the way you're describing it. And honestly, you throw a class system in there, and you'd have a really cool game to play.
Not enough levels.
Yeah, that's
fine.
You do have some sort of class system. You can make your own class,
Okay.
but it's just like you're pretty much relegated to gun guy A, gun guy B, and gun guy C.
Yeah. You know what would actually be kind of cool if they did a whole like DCU or Marvel Universe version of this, where okay, you play villains faction or heroes faction, and each villain or hero will have their own set of skills, and it's just like a deathmatch mode. Either you save whatever the location or you conquer it or whatever. That'd be you could do a heist mode. Plays the villains and have a heist mode. That'd be so much fun. I know people would be like,
great.
why would Dr. Doom rob a bank? Who cares? I'm gonna rob a bank with Dr. Doom, Dr. Octopus, and I can come up with one more Marvel evil doctor. The Lizard, who is technically Dr. Kurt Connors. There we go.
Okay.
We have our 3-doctor team, and we're going to rob a bank. And then the allies can play as like Spider-Man, Mr. Fantastic, and I don't know, Venom. That's really unbalanced against us, but whatever. We have Dr. Doom on our team. We can figure this out.
No, it's like it's Agent Venom, so he has guns out of the what.
Oh yeah. Agent Venom's raining lead. Like, oh, this is so unfair. I'm playing as a lizard. What the heck?
I just gotta tell him this guy has like 80 guns. Why is this fair?
Although it's regeneration, so I guess they'd be kind of balance things out.
Yeah. So I played that. I started playing a little bit of Knights of the Old Republic.
Love it.
Jared, you're gonna hate me for this, but I'm not feeling it just yet.
How far are you?
I barely started, but it's just like
okay.
I kind of wish
Terrace gets a little boring. I will admit that. Once you get past Terrace and you get your Jedi powers, things are a lot more fun. If you're impatient, there is a mod called Begin as a Jedi. And you can find the mod pretty easily, and you just begin as a Jedi.
I was going to say, no,
I got pretty far this time.
No, the problem is, like, it's more like control. I kind of wish there was a controller option to the game on the PC.
There isn't a controller option for the PC version?
No!
I mean, granted, I just played keyboard and mouse, so I never even thought about it, but...
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's like, I want to play more, like, I want to play this game with a controller, and I just couldn't get into it with the keyboard and mouse.
Okay, because
and it's just like and I'm sorry for those purists who say that I should play it like that, but some games like that's the kind of game where I wish I can play with a controller.
Well, look, I'm the guy who played GoldenEye and got really frustrated that I couldn't play it from mouse and keyboard. So I fully understand what you're talking about, just the other way. Because everyone loved GoldenEye except for me, because I was playing Quake. I was playing, Duke Nukem, not Duke Nukem, what was the other one around the same time as Quake? Unreal. I was playing Unreal and Quake and stuff like that, so to me, to play with a controller in a first-person shooter felt so awkward and unnatural.
And the weird thing is, I can play a first-person, I would rather play a first-person shooter with a keyboard and mouse. But I would, like, if I play a game like, say, I don't know, if I play, like, Team Fortress 2, or I start playing, what other first-person shooter I play a lot? I play a lot of, Left 4 Dead 2. If I play either of those games, I play those with the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah,
but it's like I don't. But for me, I think I'm more inclined to play the game like a game like Knights of the Old Republic with the controller, and I'm pretty sure I've pissed off a lot of the purists.
Oh, don't worry about it. You know what? I think everyone is inclined certain types of play style. For that game, I had no problem playing with a keyboard and mouse. But if you have a problem with it, that's okay. Hell, I've played some space shooter games where my controller was broken and I had to adjust to using the keyboard. Hell, I played all of Privateer on keyboard, and I don't know how I beat that game on keyboard, but I did somehow. I mastered the controls eventually. So, because, oh god, playing Wing Commander without a joystick just feels so wrong. But, it's one of those things. I didn't know there was no controller option on that because there's an Xbox port, so I just assumed that it would have a controller option, but I never looked for one either. Most people who have a frustration with that game I had one friend who was frustrated because they didn't like the D20 rules it was going for because it felt kind of unbalanced sometimes, and I will agree, sometimes it feels really unbalanced, and some of the fights lose that cinematic quality because, the guy gets some insane roll, and it just works out against you. And I know other people who are just like, Tyrus takes too long.
Yeah.
And I will also agree, Tyrus does take way too long. Plus, a lot of the skills you're going to use or that you put points into while on Terrace, you will never use as a Jedi. So one of the tricks of getting through the game and being a more powerful Jedi is to go up to like level 3 or 4, or no, I think it's 4 or 5, and then after that stop. Like just gain enough so you have enough HP and like some of the defense bonuses or stuff like that, whatever skills you take, and then just try to endure until you become a Jedi, and then you can become a much higher level Jedi than you would normally be, and it doesn't nerf your powers. Nor does it give you like useless, oh good, I'm really skilled with blasters. That's really useful since I'm running around with a freaking lightsaber the whole time.
Okay, so a couple more, let's just get to the next game really quick. I'm sorry for cutting you off, Jared.
I just wanted to explain like where other people have issues with that game, and I don't hold anything against you for having issues because I know a lot of people who do. So don't worry about that.
Okay.
Continue on.
So the other game I've been playing was a game I played on the live stream. I played Godzilla.
That looked so awesome.
Yeah! And here's the thing. At first, it's kind of an awkward game because I realized Godzilla is forward momentum. Like, everything is propelling him forward. I kind of realized that as I was playing it. And the control game, like, basically, like, it's tank controls.
Which gets a little awkward when you're trying to use a giant monster, because it's not the first way your brain will be thinking of how to move him.
Yeah, but when you think about it, it's just forward momentum. That's why they made it like tank controls. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And
tank controls is kind of like classic Resident Evil controls. Except for, they don't have the camera issues of this game. But it's kind of like that. It's the forward moves you forward, but left and right kind of rotate a little bit and stuff like that. It's not as streamlined as, say, you would think a third-person monster-destroying a city game would be.
Yeah, but it makes sense because, Godzilla's a big, lumbering monster. And the good thing is, like once you get that into your brain, it's kind of tank control, and it's forward momentum that's propelling you. Other than that, it's a good game. What I find interesting is, like I said, like you guys hopefully saw both streams. The first part of the game, there's like an easy kind of route where I can go fight Mothra, and then there's this guy's
Mothra multiple times. Multiple times, so it's actually multiple hatchlings of Mothra.
Yeah, and then there's oh my god, what am I doing? This is completely wrong, and oh hey, we got a podcast listener listening to us.
Tell the story. Okay, from now on, when we're doing this section of the thing, you guys are no longer allowed to look at the stream.
Sorry to be interrupting, but Ramsey, remember, we're podcasting too at the same time. We're not just purely live streaming.
Sorry.
You gotta stay on target here.
Stay on target. Okay. Fine. I'll make this really quick. It's a hard game. It's a hard but satisfying game. I can't wait for the game when it's released. I'm very happy that it's finally officially getting a PS4 release, and also it's also getting a United States release as well. Yeah. And finally, as I was talking to you guys, I'm gonna make this really quick. This is more of a Ramsey's project kind of thing. I went to a job interview right next to where I did the job interview. There's a Toys R Us, and I brought myself the Nintendo Batman. Really awesome action figure. Really, really awesome action figure. I think you guys should check it out. I'll post up more pictures on my website later. But for now, it's a really great figure. If you like Batman, or if you like the '89 Batman, or you like the cheesiness of having an all purple Batman, go for it.
It's a really weird reference to release in 2014. That game is one of the hardest games I remember as a kid. And not hard because, broken controls or anything. Hard just because it was actually hard.
I will say, this is not the first
makes some awesome games. I do highly recommend. If you're into games that are challenging, check out some Sunsoft titles. There's actually some cool things in there.
And if you can find it as well, also pick up the Nintendo colored RoboCop as well. I got that one too. I'm not disappointed.
Okay. And, before we go into the news, I'll also remind people that the videos of Ramsey's plays through Godzilla are on our YouTube channel, which is Secret Stage Games, excuse me. And you can actually see him battle Mechagodzilla, King Ghidorah, Mothra, and that's all the monsters, right?
King Ghidorah, Mothra, and Mechagodzilla.
Okay, yeah, so I got all three. So you can check all that out. You can check out the graphics. The game is completely in Japanese, so sorry if we don't seem to know. Ramses doesn't seem to know every single little thing he's supposed to do in the game, but it's kind of a cool learning experience and gives you a taste of what hopefully we will get with an American demo for that game some point next year before the game releases in the US.
Finally found the.
I think there's an American demo out flying right now at the PlayStation Experience.
Okay, so then hopefully we'll get that as a downloadable soon. And if we do, I will immediately grab it when the PlayStation Network comes back alive. For those who don't know, while we're recording the show, the PlayStation Network is down for some reason. Like, the entire thing, even their website is down, so. I blame EA and Mirror's Edge. Too many people wanted the game that no one cares about. Either. I don't know anyone who ever goes, oh man, Mirror's Edge, that game is... I'm like, no one cares about Mirror's Edge. I will only download it because it's a free game, and I will take something that's free, even if it's a game I could care less about. And I know, run towards the red parts, and that's all you have to do in that game. You don't have to fight anyone, just run towards the red parts. If you get to a red part, it'll continue, you'll do something cool, and you can keep moving forward. That game blows. Okay, my editorializing about a bad game notwithstanding, it is time to talk about the news. Wish I had a sound effect for that, I don't. Yes, the news this week seemed like it should have been a really shallow week, and then the Game Awards and Sony PlayStation Experience had to go and instantly triple our news amount to talk about. So, Ramses, you and I both said we'd begin with something that's a downer, unfortunately. As much as we want to talk about some of this cool news, we were just recently informed that Ralph Baer, creator of the Odyssey, creator of the Light Gun, creator of Simon, and a bunch of other inventions, has died at the age of 92, I believe.
Oh, come on!
Yeah.
And so that's really... That hurts. I mean, obviously he was an old man. He created a bunch of toys that have entertained people for decades. It is kind of sad.
And gave me nightmares of the sounds of Simon.
I loved Simon. I don't know why you had any problems with it. I played the hell out of that.
It's not the problem. It's the problem. It's like what Nietzsche when he said, stare into the abyss stares back. That's what he was doing. You're just playing Simon. Yeah, that's the abyss.
So while we may have lost the man, his legacy will always live on. And while I don't want to begin news with a downer, it's something that I think means a lot to anyone who does have a love of video game history, which I'm easily in that category. I became obsessed with video game history while working on my master's thesis, and I still am to an extent. I love documentaries about that time period. I love stories and books and everything about just the origin of video games and how it's evolved into what it's evolved into, even though some of those documentaries are really terrible, but whatever. Sad news aside, now we can move on to the big game news that caused everyone's heads to explode over the last 3 days. Beginning with the PlayStation Experience. Now, I wrote down a handful of notes of things that were interesting to me. Ramses, I'm sure you have different points of views on some of these games. So just as I go through, I'll go through my list, and then you add any commentary, and then you can go through anything I missed that you thought was important.
Okie dokie, let's do this shit.
Okay, so first are 3 games that are coming out for PS4 and PS3, dependent on the game, that just make me happy inside for, just because I like these franchises. Orcs Must Die Unchained. I love Orcs Must Die. I have that on the PC, and it's so much fun. It is one. I don't like tower defense games in general, but I love Orcs Must Die. It is tower defense the way I want it, where I can actually fight the monsters as well and set up all these cool traps. It's so much fun. So A New Orcs Must Die is always welcome in my book. The next one that's just kind of a quick hit is Yakuza 5. This is a franchise that really needs more love. If you are a fan of Hong Kong action movies or just over-the-top video games that involve every weapon you could think of, Yakuza.
Or if you want to play Akiba's Strip without feeling bad, you play that.
Yeah.
Well, even though it's not Akibahara, it's oh my god, what's the name of that area in that series?
The Futsky, not Futsky, Roppongi. It's Roppongi.
Yeah, Roppongi. Yes.
Thank you. A lot of Roppongi adventures. And it's just kind of a cool like crime thing, but you get all the cool Yakuza stuff, like having a sword, brutally killing some people. It's great. And martial arts. And it's just a fun franchise, even for its little minor flaws. I played one of the Yakuzas, I want to say it was either 3 or 4 at like an E3, and I was like, why doesn't anyone else love this? And the people at Sega were like, we're asking ourselves the same question. And I'm like, so yeah, I'm excited to see Yakuza 5 making its way to the US. And speaking of 5s, I'm sure everyone's seen the trailer by now. Street Fighter 5, PS4. It's pretty. It has
one thing to note, Jared. One thing to note. Going back really quick to before you go on board. The first thing to note is that Sony is actually publishing Yakuza 5, not Sega.
Oh, so then the rights so someone else is distributing it here in the US. Well, that'll help. That'll help a lot.
Yeah, because it seems like the only way now they can get the Yakuza game is by getting it through this.
Okay. Which just ruins my one choice of saying like, hey, Sega contacts, can I play me some Yakuza 5? I want a review copy of that. Sony's not going to give me a review copy. Sony's like, screw you, Griego. You're going to buy this like everyone else. Fine.
And anyway, Street Fighter 5, there's some drama that led up to this. I don't know if you want to talk about this as well, but...
You can bring it up, by all means.
Okay, the drama. Apparently, the video had leaked. Since Friday morning of Street Fighter 5. Yeah. And like Capcom was like literally like, I don't know what you're talking about. There is no Street Fighter 5. I don't know what you're talking about.
See, they should have taken the same thing that Marvel Studios did when the Avengers trailer leaked out. Damn it, Hydra!
This led to an interesting conversation. I was talking to another friend of mine, one of our followers, and one of my good friends, Adam and I and a very famous YouTuber, Maximilian. We were discussing, like, you know, they should have done that, but I'm like, that's not how it works. The problem is, Capcom pretty much works like this. Capcom United States is its own entity to Capcom Japan, and this is all Capcom Japan. Like, Capcom would say one thing, Capcom USA will say, oh, that's fine. Capcom Japan, like, no.
Yeah, it's a different way that they do business over there versus over here. So like I said, the right thing to do would have been, damn it, Hydra, like Marvel Studios did, but Japan in the Japanese way would say like, oh, deny. People have their hands on the trailer. Deny it. We cannot lose face. We did not lose this trailer. They're making something up. And then a day later, by the way, here's the trailer. It's like, guys, you should have just rolled with it with a smile.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like, I think they're like, oh my god, this is not why is this happening? Why did this get leaked? This and that, blah blah blah. But that's what happened. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if you got this in the news, but they announced another gaming convention with this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Well, first let's talk about Street Fighter 5.
You know what? I want to say something about Street Fighter 5. Real quick, I looked at the trailer. I saw the trailer that they showed off. And, okay, that's fine, but I don't see much graphical difference between that and Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, that was my main complaint. That's why I was like thinking maybe this is fake, because I saw this game. It's like, it just looks like a really up-res Street Fighter 4.
And it's one of those things when you first see it before it was confirmed that you still go in your mind going like, oh please, they're gonna release Mega Ultra Super Street Fighter 4. They'll find some way to add another adjective into there.
Well, I was gonna say also, it's like I thought for a while it was Street Fighter 4 footage that they were using at first.
And that's also a possibility too, because I think they said Ultra Street Fighter 4 is going to make its way onto the PS4.
Yes, but there's some news that goes with that as well. But keep going.
Well, my point of that was, what's the point? If you're going to release 5 on there, don't even waste your time with the previous game. Let's just move forward.
Well, the thing is, like I said, okay, the point I was trying to get at is with Street Fighter 5, here's the thing that just that's a kick to the nuts to everyone. Street Fighter 5, the big thing is it's cross compatible with the PS4 and the PC,
which I dig.
Which is really good.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, crossplay between both of those games. So a PS4 player can play a PC player. That's really good. You cannot do that with Street Fighter 4. You are limited to people on PS4 only.
Well, that's the way that game was made. You know, it'll be part of the internal programming of 5. And it's something they didn't think about. I don't even know if they didn't think about it or not, but they didn't do it at 4. 4 is not going to get an alteration to its programming. It's going to be a port. It might be a slightly up-resed port, but it's going to be a port nonetheless.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Street Fighter 4, like, I kind of wish that there was some sort of, like, way. I kind of wish there was something, like, down the road that they can come up with. But yeah, it's like, the death code and everything is already, like, written in stone, unfortunately, so that's the problem.
Here's the question. When this game inevitably comes up for Xbox One, because let's face it, it will. They're not going to... Capcom loves money. It's coming out for Xbox, people. Don't freak out.
I would say like about a year afterwards.
Play with PC or PS4. That's the big question. You know, if my little brother has an Xbox One and I have a PS4, can we play each other? Because that would be awesome if we could.
Okay, Okay, so I was about to say, with Street Fighter 5, concerning that, I'm pretty sure the way it's set up, because of the dealings, I'm pretty sure it's gonna remain PS4 and PC crossplay only, and I'm pretty sure if they do eventually port it to like to Xbox One, it's just gonna be like they're in their own like little universe, unfortunately.
Yeah, I get that feeling too.
Because it's like, why else? Because like as we just said, the netcode is already on. It's already like, you know, set in stone.
Yeah.
So it's like if Street Fighter 4 cannot do that, and they can't retroactively put in a crossplay mode, then
it'd be difficult to add a patch that would allow for crossplay over to Xbox.
Yeah.
Plus, Sony may literally have a rule that says no, none of that dirty American Microsoft.
Or they just shoveling, or they gave them their kidneys to sustain life.
Yeah.
They're like, here, take this kidney from my back. Here is like 5 more years of your lifespan, so you can continue working with us.
Now, the thing that makes me too is okay, so they got crossplay between PC and Sony. That's fine and all. But I know that Microsoft and PC has a very well connection together because, you know, the two work so well.
Obviously, Windows, yeah.
But the problem with that, I can see why, and this probably is probably one of the bigger things is that Sony and Steam probably have a better way to connect with each other than Microsoft and Steam. Because if you look at
because Microsoft tried to have the whole Games for Windows and Games for Windows store, and that did not do so well.
And that's
I was gonna say too, like
Titanfall is a Xbox One game that had cross compatibility with PC, but only if you bought the Titanfall game. So the Titanfall isn't available on Steam, so you can't really play that together.
I was gonna say there's one good example, and it's a game where you and me, I think all of us have played it. Portal 2.
Yeah.
That has crossplay between PlayStation and the PC, and that's really good. I think I remember playing one of the first multiplayer games I played. It was either with you, Miguel. I don't know, but I remember I played with you. I remember I played with you once, and I think I was on the PC and you were on
PlayStation.
And you were on the PlayStation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was no hiccups.
Dude, I can just play with one of my buddies the whole time. Now I feel like an ass.
Yeah. So it's like you can do that, and it's just like, oh, that's really good. So it's like, so it's not out of the realm of possibilities of like a Steam PC and PS4 working together in this kind of conjunction. So it's like, that's perfectly fine. I also another game that also works like that is Counter-Strike Global Defense for the PS3.
Okay.
It also works is also cross-compatible with the PC version.
Yeah, so I'm hoping we see more things in this category. I really do. I like the cross-compatibility thing.
Okay, so in terms of like actual like stuff that we've seen in the actual like combat, what do you guys think?
It's a Street Fighter game.
Okay, it's fair enough. That's a fair assessment. Miguel?
It's a Street Fighter game, like
Okay.
how Jared said. It's
Okay, it's a Street Fighter game.
I'm sorry.
United consensus.
I loved Street Fighter 2 back in the day, but I loved King of Fighters more because King of Fighters just seemed to have more personality to it. And today, it's replaced King of Fighters with anything done by Arc System Works, where I'm sitting there going like, oh no, I totally want to play Street Fighter 5, but I'd rather play Persona Ultimax. I'd rather play Chrono Phantasm. I'd rather play that hypothetical idle game.
I'd rather play Guilty Gear Xrd.
Guilty Gear Third, just Xrd or whatever it's how it's supposed to be pronounced. Xrd is coming out, and
play with PS3.
Yep, and I'm like, I like the games that have personality. It just feels like Street Fighter everyone is such a generic, like cardboard thing. Even the most characters with the most personality, hypothetically, like Jury or actually just Jury.
Okay.
It's the only character of any kind of real personality who seems to have any enthusiasm in it. It's always like, take Sea Viper, for example. Sea Viper is like, I'm Sea Viper. I'm a special agent or something.
I'm a special agent and a mommy. Give me girder. Please insert girder.
And that's her personality. Okay. And Guile is, I am ex-military. Me am punch you. And I'm like...
Like, the only character that has personality
come on.
would be Dan, Sakura, maybe Blanca, especially after 4.
But yeah, that's just the characters are so bland.
But I do agree.
I like the fighting system. I'm not saying that. Like, look, I like Abel. I like how Abel fights. Abel doesn't have a personality. I've seen rocks outside my apartment that have more personality than Abel. Abel's like, I have no memories, therefore I have no feelings or emotions. I am a rock. Now I will throw you and do a power punch. Like, the twins, thank God they're in the game because they kind of have a personality, sort of.
Yeah. But no,
slightly beyond we're twins. Just slightly beyond that. So then you go to like Blaze Blue. And like Jin is psychotic, Rachel is stuck up. Arachne has more problems than anyone could even imagine of Arachne. Hell, even someone like Lychee, who should just be fan service, actually has a complex personality and really interesting backstory. Hazama is all personality. He is just in your face and having so much fun being evil. And I can't say that about Seth. Oh yeah, Seth, all that personality Seth had.
And here's the thing.
What is this motivation? I'm evil? Oh, congratulations, you're evil. Good, you stole everybody's moves because you're some sort of genetic slime thing created by... Congratulations! You evolved to become whatever his name is from part 3, and who didn't have a personality.
Gil.
Okay, sorry. Rant over. Go on, Ramses.
Okay, point I was trying to get at. But I do agree with you because the game introduces Shiryu, who is like the poster boy generic karate man. Every other generic karate man has been derived from Ryu.
Yes.
Akira Yuki, Ryo Sakasaki, who else is generic karate man? The guys from Karate Champ. Wait a minute.
Dang it!
Success! I have corpsed someone. The tradition continues.
Okay. Dang it!
No, the treasure. Shoot.
The tradition continues, but no. As I said, it's like in some ways too. It's like it's kind of endearing. It's like it's the poster child for it.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I want to see more of, like, because for me, I just want to know the new system. Like, I want to know what this game's going to offer me that's going to separate it from Street Fighter 4, 3, 2, Alpha, EX, the movie, the game.
Also, Do we have any confirmation that we're getting the English voice actors back? Am I going to hear Ruben and Kyle and all my homeboys? They back?
The game just barely got announced.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I hope they keep the same cast. Kyle was awesome.
Kyle Haber and Ruben Langdon are amazing.
They're my homeboys. I've interviewed both of them. They're awesome.
I can neither confirm or deny that Ruben Langdon is an amazing Street Fighter player, but there might be video proof flying around the internet that he may have beaten me as I played as Bison. But I'm either gonna neither confirm or deny.
I will confirm.
And I would like to say that I personally, when this is with the story with Ruben Langdon for me, but I was anime kanji way back, and actually Ruben Langdon.
Well, that's the story.
Yeah, that's the story's alluding to.
Okay, fine. We're outright admitting that Ruben Langdon kicked my ass. There you go. That's the story, ladies and gentlemen.
And then you felt profound sadness. Oh, I referenced Guy. Yay.
Oh.
Anyways, next up on the list.
Okay, so moving forward from our long Street Fighter rant, one of the things I thought was kind of cool, I want to know more about this game before I go and endorse in any sort of way, but Watan, I think it's how it's supposed to be pronounced, it's done by the creators of Katamari Damacy. I love Katamari Damacy, so anything weird that they come up with, I'm kind of already half sold on it. So, I thought the Watan seemed kind of interesting. I want to know more, I want to see more, but if it has that same weird strangeness of Katamari Damacy, I'm in. Actually, you know what I want? I want Katamari Damacy 3DS. I want Katamari Damacy on my 3DS. That is the perfect platform for Katamari Damacy. Plus, you got all the touchscreen crap they could do. And 3D? With all the guys hanging off the ball. Like,
The only problem is that the Katamari Damacy relies on a dual stick.
Yeah, I know. But there's probably
it might
the giant stick with the 3DS, though.
Yeah, that's what I say. The new Control 3DS might work.
Yeah.
But I don't know how reliable that little C nub is going to be I'm
certain Sony owns the rights to Kat. No. There was an Xbox Katamari, so.
I'm pretty sure there was another Katamari.
Ooh, or a Wii Cat. I want a Wii U Katamari. I'd be fine with that too.
Oh, that'd be great.
A lot of fun. So,
anyways,
I'm curious about this game, but it was just kind of like a brief trailer, so it's not a lot to say. When talking about Grim Fandango, they also said, I guess the possibility of a Day of the Tentacle remastered is looking like a real possibility.
Actually, no, didn't they confirm it?
Oh, is it fully confirmed? Okay.
I think so, because I see everybody confirming it.
Yep. So there we go. Well, Grim Fandango, I think, was a fun game. When I think of my favorite...
Yeah, it's confirmed!
Okay, it is confirmed. Thank you. I thought it was a possibility if it did well.
No, it's confirmed.
Fully confirmed. Thank you. Thank you.
I was looking at the news right now. I was like, okay, there you go.
Two of my favorite games from that era of LucasArts, in terms of when we actually had like voices and stuff, Monkey Island 2 and on, I believe is when we started to get voices in some of the games. So from that
Monkey Island still didn't have any voices, but
what was the first game that really had voice? What?
I want to say the very first one that really had voices was Sam and Max Hit the Road.
Okay, so from the Sam and Max type era, which also gave us like Fate of Atlantis and a handful of other games.
Yeah,
I love Day of the Tentacle.
No.
And Miguel
is dead again.
He's not the best hero, but he's trying.
It's the roguelite. This game is totally an awesome roguelite, but we'll talk about it in a little bit. Anyways.
So to me, Day of the Tentacle is one of my favorite. I love the really twisted sense of humor it has, because it's basically a sequel to Maniac Mansion, as much as you can kind of do a sequel to Maniac Mansion, since that game had like 10 endings. But it's actually a lot of fun. They only have 3 characters, and they're all stuck in different time periods, trying to prevent a tentacle who grew arms from ruling the world. Because apparently arms are what was separating tentacles from ruling the world. The game is funny, it has a really weird sense of humor, and I really like the game, so I'm actually more excited about that. Like, Grim Fandango, maybe I'd grab it if it was on the sale or something. It might be fun to just replay, but oh man, Day of the Tentacle actually got me excited.
Yeah, so it's confirmed.
Keep going. I have 3 more things on my list, so I'll try to get to them fairly quick. The next one, you and I were talking about this earlier, Ramses. I don't know if it made an episode, or if it was just one of our random chats. The Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, those from last night chat. Yes.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII port. Yay, a port.
No. You gotta do it. You gotta do it right. It's Final Fantasy VII for the PS4 people. Get hyped for a PC port.
Yeah. Yay!
Just confetti. Yay! That's like seriously. That's the greatest troll ever.
Stopped buying your games. People like me who just look at you and just go, "What the f, Square?" I mean, other than Bravely Default, that was great. But people like me who just face palm at so many decisions Square makes, and this is another one. Like, you remember back when the PS3 was being announced, and you showed off that first minute of the game where you get that little overview of Midgar, and you see everyone walking around before it kind of closes in on Cloud, and you get to use your character for the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
You couldn't just take the time to just do that, could you? You couldn't take the time to just give us an up-resed version and allow us to skip the summons, because God, did that take forever. And just give us a game we all really loved. No, it's PC port. Yay, thanks. It's great.
Yeah.
No, we're all excited. We're all excited. We're all lining up to download that. Right, Rams? We're already in line to download it.
Yeah, I know.
I own the PC port, so screw it. They're not getting my money. They're not getting my money anymore.
Yeah. Hell, I have the. Yeah. I'll just grab out the old PS1 copy of this one. Why the hell am I?
Yeah.
Damn it, Square! Just seriously, what the f?
Yeah. Anyways, keep going for God's sakes, please. Cause that's the trolliest news ever. Anyways.
The next one I thought was actually kind of cool. I know a lot of people like this game. I have not personally played it. Shovel Knight is coming out for PlayStation.
I think it's PlayStation 4, because I think it's out for PlayStation 3,
yeah.
but not 4. And I think it's also coming out for the Vita.
Yes, and it's going to have Kratos, which I think is kind of cool.
Okay, they've got my balls in a vice grip. I want this game now if I can play as Kratos.
Yeah, Shovel Knight, and you can... I don't know if I assume he's playable. They said with Kratos, so I'm hoping playable and not as some extra boss or tutorial character. Kratos will tell you how to play the game. Thanks, Kratos. I think he's playable, and that's awesome to me.
No, he's a boss.
The trailer for that. So if
he's a boss.
Is he?
He's a boss, and he looks like Kratos.
Yeah.
No, but it's like that's the funniest thing. It's like it's Kratos, as in he's not like this pixelated thing. No, it's Kratos.
Oh, is he really just full on? Like I said, I didn't see the video for that. I just read the news.
That's not a video. It's they showed him off, and the game is pixely 8-bit.
Yes.
But now you have this really nice this really nice
Kratos
detailed. Well, no, it's a really nice sprite of Kratos. So it's totally almost out of place.
Okay, well, whatever. That could be fun. A lot of people love Shovel Knight. I haven't actually had the chance to play it myself, but I know a lot of people
Let me read more into this. As you keep going, keep going.
The last kind of thing I wanted to bring up, it'll be out probably by the time this video is posted or just after, is Suikoden 1 and 2.
Well, 1 is already out.
1's already out. 2 will be out on PSN on this Tuesday. And they'll both be playable now on PS Vita as well.
And now if there's a picture of me just rubbing my wallet to the computer why? Tell me! Give me!
Suikoden is a really awesome RPG series.
I love Suikoden 1 so much!
The cast of that game, I think each game has 60 characters or something like
100.
that.
101.
Excuse me. So there's a ton of characters, a ton of variety, a ton of different combinations you can do. This game, if you've never heard of it, I'm not surprised, because they do seem to have gone under the radar, but the fandom for Suikoden online is freaking insane. There are people who made remakes, and there's people who have made their own little indie spin-off games. There's people who've done I created 8-bit Suikoden because I was bored, and it's just crazy how the fandom has taken off with this franchise. And if you haven't tried it, it's on PlayStation Network. They've had Suikoden 1 on sale numerous times. Grab it for $3 and play this really awesome and very complex RPG series.
Okay, I got a couple of notes.
Major note that I wanted to bring up because my god,
I got a couple of notes I want to talk about.
Yeah, but
1, they confirmed Persona 5 for PS3 and PS4 for US release.
No,
Well,
trapped in a dungeon.
I figured we knew that was going to be coming out. That series has enough popularity to warrant.
Yeah, I think with Persona Q and Persona Arena and the popularity of Persona 4, why not at this point? Bastion is coming to the PlayStation 4, so yay. But then again, we were talking about that last night. They need a Godzilla narrated by the guy who narrates Bastion.
Yeah.
That's
I think it was just weird that Bastion came up, and I was like, oh, I just randomly threw that out there. I wasn't trying to. I'm not doing a whole ESP thing. It was just strange, just coincidental that actually came up.
Okay, so MLB The Show is coming out in March.
Yeah, because who knew we were going to get a new baseball game?
Well, no, actually, this is kind of big because I read up on this game. You know what they do with that game, right?
Miguel does. He's played the other MLB Show games.
Yeah. Miguel, are you sort of familiar with what they do with the show?
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, where they don't release a game every year. They release a game every 2 years. They bite Nintendo bites not Nintendo. Sony bites the contract. Like if they have to make a game every year, they're like, no, we'll take the hit financially for this, and because we want to redefine this game as much as we can.
As opposed to every Madden looking exactly the same.
Yes. So that's why I'm really hyped for this new show.
All right.
Because after I heard about this, it seems like at least they're taking some sort of time to make the effort to make it good. And I'm glad that they're taking this 2-year cycle to make the games to get to where it is.
Okay, then I apologize for my lack of enthusiasm with the sports game.
Well, this was also more for Miguel's sake than it was for anything.
Yeah.
And I think, let's see, Yasiel Pug from the Dodgers is the cover athlete for this one.
Yeah, I saw that. I did think that was cute.
Really? I'm sorry, but
except he's an asshole. That's all.
Whoa.
I just want to say this: that why? I just want to go into this rant about MLB The Show. 1. MLB The Show 13. It had the MVP for 2012, which was Miguel Cabrera on the cover.
Yes.
American League.
He was the same school I used to go to, by the way.
Again, I want to go. MLB 14. So the cover athlete was Andrew McCutchen, the National League American League MVP. Through the basic process of how I'm seeing this is that they're putting the MVPs on this cover. This year's MVP was the Angels' Mike Trout. I don't see how they could not have continued the trend of putting the MVP on the cover of MLB 15 for Mike Trout. Instead of going for the person that's obviously someone that should be on the cover as opposed to Mr. Bad Boy Yasuo Puig for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And I know that
I guess it's notoriety.
It was funny because I was beginning there doing the whole Puig's an asshole, and then you immediately go in and I'm gonna let Miguel finish the rest of this thought about the MVP.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, keep going. I want to see this. I want to hear this.
And me and Jared, back when we had our sports show, we discussed about this, between the difference between these two players. And I mean, aside the fact that I'm an Angels fan, Jared's a Dodgers fan, it's not a big deal between either or. If the player is a great player, I will happily acknowledge this player. But the problem with that is that, Puig is not deserving of this, of the title.
He tries to play the bad boy thing. He tries to look like he's the best, and he's not. And as a Dodger fan, you're supposed to go and say, "Oh no, my team's great." Like a lot of the Giants fans defended Barry Bonds while he was acting like a jackass. I don't know of that many Dodger fans who defend Puig. Most of us go like, "Yeah, we hope he gets traded for someone, even if that person isn't as good as him. We just want to get this guy off our team."
Anyways, other than one last thing, they announced a new Fat Princess game.
Yes, I saw that, but tower defense.
Yeah, tower defense, but I think it's gonna be multi. They're gonna finally make the game had multiple maps, but I think they're gonna take it to the next level, and that's really cool. And they showed off a lot of the Uncharted 4. it seems like one of the main characters is gonna be Drake's brother.
Yeah, it is.
So there you go.
So yeah, PlayStation Experience really blew things up. Heck, it took up a good chunk of our episode right there, and we still haven't done off the news yet, which is okay. If this is news heavy, it happens. And hey,
for so many weeks of like little to no news, this is good.
Yeah, because we'd had news drought and trying to figure out what to do, and now I still have half my news left. We'll skip ahead of the other big event because I want to get through the small stories, then we'll get to the other big event.
Got it.
For those who don't know, Xbox took Black Friday 2 years in a row. So
Xbone.
Yep, the Xbone took Black Friday 2 years in a row. So while PlayStation might be overall throughout the year doing better, for some reason Microsoft just conquers Thanksgiving. So way to go, Microsoft, I guess.
I guess the combination of things like Halo Master Chief Collection and the price drop they did recently.
Yeah,
but there's a part of me that hopes that it was D4.
No one even knows what D4 is other than you and me, Ramses. That's the sad part.
And a co-worker of mine.
Yeah, it's gonna be great because I'm gonna buy D4 and then I'll play on my brother's Xbox One. My brother's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Shut up, let me enjoy this."
Look, I only get to do this once. For God's sakes, I'll let you do this just for this, please.
Yeah.
Anyways, keep going.
A few weeks ago, we've been talking about the Samus with the 2 gun arms. Well, another Amiibo production error has occurred. Princess Peach with no legs. Good luck, Ramses. I know you're into like weird and obscure toys. I hope you can find this.
It's not because of the... I will say this. It's Mario 2 accurate because she's floating.
That's true.
So for those completists out there that they're like, oh my, for those completists out there, it's like, yeah, if you want your Mario 2 floating Peach, you need to get this one.
Next up on the news here, for those who haven't heard, several stores in Australia, including Australian Target and Australian some other game store, have pulled GTA 5 from the shelves because of violence and blah blah blah, the usual crap. This shouldn't be a huge surprise. On many occasions, Australia has either asked games to be censored or not even allowed them to be released in their country. It's just funny that they let a game that's been out for however many months, and granted, maybe it just came out in Australia. I don't know the Australian release dates for things because I'm an American and I could care less about Australian release dates for things. But yeah, that happened.
Well, the problem is they just introduced the 18 rating for games like this. That's the problem. And second of all, it's just one store.
Was it just one store? So this just getting blown out of proportion by everyone on the internet.
No, pretty much.
There you go.
It's pretty much the equivalent of Walmart pulling GTA 5. But it's like, fine, point me to the direction of GameStop. I'll give them their money. Yeah,
it's not going to prevent people from buying the game. They're just going to go to a different store. It's actually really stupid to not sell the game.
And it's funny that the companion piece to that story is people were like petitioning to get rid of the Bible for that exact reason that they were using, because of all the images and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, Target Australia was like, we never even sold the Bible to start with.
Oh well, there you go. So that's fair. Like, everything's fair.
It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. We never sold it. We never sold it in our store. I know you guys are throwing a big fit about GTA 5, but and you guys want the Bible out? We never even owned it. We never even put it on our shelves even once.
Yeah. On a point of good news, from a certain perspective, Halo Spartan Strike, excuse me. Halo Spartan Strike gets a delay due to some of the issues that were occurring with the Master Chief Collection, meaning they want to completely bug fix this and make sure online matching works really well, and they want to make the game the best it can be, which is something that I say, well, duh. That should have been like the #1 priority before releasing a game. But I like the fact that it shows that, oh gosh, was it a 565 is the name of the team taking over making the Halo games. I like the fact that they learned, and Microsoft probably to a bigger extent, learned from this November and said, you know what? We're making this game as good as it can be before we release it, because all these bugs do nothing but give us like a negative reputation and really turn players off. Because if I own an Xbox One, I'd love to have a Master Chief Collection. Why wouldn't I want that? But if I'm usually not a day one purchaser of games, there's only a handful of games I've ever done the day one, or usually week one, because I usually grab it on the weekend after it comes out on a Tuesday. But if I was doing that, I was like, yes, I'm going to get Halo. And then literally after that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are bugs, more bugs. Matchmaking doesn't work. Online doesn't even work for half the games. I would just go, well, I'm not buying that. Maybe I'll grab it at Christmas when they fix everything. Maybe. So
They're still fixing everything still.
Oh yeah, they're still fixing things. Yeah, they are. Those.
I was gonna say, and you made a comment that's like, yeah, like let's fix everything like they used to do back in 1980.
Yeah. To which then you immediately countered with the ET game, and I was like, touche, Ramses, touche.
But still, it's like they're a better bug testing then than now.
Well,
one last thing.
If you go through this history of Atari, there was a lot of cocaine going around. So supervision of games being good, not so much. People being coked out of their minds and saying, yeah, I think it's done. A lot of that.
One thing I want to note also, I was doing a little bit of research and someone else just messaged you about this. GTA 5 was also pulled from Australia Kmart as well.
That's the other store. Thank you. It was Australian Kmart. Yeah.
So it's like I thought that was just one store. My bad. Yeah. My bad.
I knew it was two. I just couldn't remember what the other one was. So we both made a mistake. Next one on the list. I thought this was kind of cool. For those of you who are Game of Thrones fans, my stupid European names. Mishi, whatever. The gal who plays Arya Stark has more or less confirmed that she's up to be Ellie for the Last of Us movie. And I think that's kind of cool. Look, if there's anyone who's going to play Ellie, she would be my number one choice. So if this comes out to be true, and if this movie actually gets completed, I'm awesome. I'm all for it.
Yeah, she looks like Ellie as well. I'm like, wow, uncanny.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be sarcastic. That's like that. I'm like, I look at a picture when he announced it, like, oh wow, she really looks like her.
As soon as I saw the headline for that, I was like, yep, that's who it should be. I don't know anyone else who can. I mean, granted, I don't know that many little girl. Well, she's probably like 12 or something. I don't know any female actresses that age.
I don't like this age. I started in a different dimension, and I don't like where I ended up at all.
Miguel, we're doing a podcast, for God's sakes!
And he's doing a live
quick. I am sorry.
Anyways, people watch the live stream of his play, the recording of his playing, going, "Oh man, Miguel sucks at this game."
I've been dying so much.
Anyways, keep going.
The last kind of little bit of news before we get to that other big event is that Super Smash Bros. And a couple other games to the Wii U have been causing error messages to pop up. And Nintendo is working on fixing this problem. However, and this is a warning to all our listeners, one of the solutions it says when the error message comes up is to format your cache or some other aspect of the Wii U system. This causes the entire software to get corrupted and bricks your system. If you get the error message, call Nintendo support and wait for a new little software patch that should be coming soon. Nintendo is on top of this because they actually care about their customers, which is really nice of them.
Yeah.
So,
which is one of the many things what I love about Nintendo.
Yes. It's why we
can't gush enough as to why they're amazing
this season on the show.
Yeah.
Nintendo has really done a really good job of making keeping the reputation good. They've always had a good reputation, but they kept it good. So I'm very glad of that. Just be careful, all you Wii U users. This doesn't seem like it's a common bug. That's what I'm understanding, but it has popped up a couple times for people. So hopefully that'll get solved really soon.
Can I throw in one last thing from the news, Jared? Before we go on to the last thing? But something I completely forgot that they actually did.
By all means.
Okay. Recently, Steam has decided to start going into the live streaming services.
Oh, but it's in beta right now.
So basically, how it works is if for example, I have to set up where it's anybody can watch me play a game, and they can have the option of watching it either through live stream, like what we are right now, or via or via Steam itself. And what it does is it just adds in someone else that's watching. It's kind of low maintenance. Like I noticed some slowdown, but not not terribly enough to make me like rage quit. I experimented this with Injustice, and it was running smooth, but not as smoothly as I would have. But it's smooth, and it's right now in beta. It's right now in a very beta form. You can really tell. Like they have to do some like major work before this is like valuable. Before they start promoting this thing more heavily. But it's up. If you're on the beta. If you're on the beta for like the Steam beta for like the actual hardware, you'll get it automatically, and you can try it out. It's interesting. But don't expect what?
Are either of you up for that?
For what?
Well, no. That's like I rather with right now, believe it or not, I rather continue streaming with Steam. I rather continue streaming with Twitch.
Okay.
Because it's very bare bones, and we can't do stuff like you can't put in your voice. You can't. It's so weird.
Okay, I didn't realize it was that early in development.
It's very early, but you can tell like that the gears of Twitch being brought out by Amazon. They started coming up with something that was like, well, we can't compete against Amazon. We might as well start doing our own thing. I'm pretty sure once they get on the rails and they're going, we might see embargoes of like games like Dota 2 and like any other like Valve games not be able to play on live stream like Twitch anymore.
Yeah, but they're gonna have to find a means to control that, because that doesn't seem like something you could easily control.
Yeah.
What they need to do is to make the Steam version, I don't know, have some sort of bonus for Steam players to use it. Not like, free games or anything, but something where it's like, oh, with Steam we have this, and this for connectivity, or hell, even Steam achievements for, oh, you've had a total of 50 people watch your stream at some point, you get a little award thing. Because, people love getting awards that mean absolutely nothing. That's what achievements and trophies have taught me over the last couple of years.
I was gonna say too, like one thing they could try doing is like if they can get the hardware to work, it's like
Software.
if they can make like the lag, if they can get the lag to like a 0.5 or 0.4, like whatever amount of seconds, even with a high intensity game, and it's like so low maintenance that you won't even notice it. This could be a really good tutorial, and I'm pretty sure someone at Valve is right now trying to get that down to being like almost non-existent, hardware, usage.
Yes, and that would really be the big thing that would help people like us trying to do multiple people at the same time watching, the stream and commenting, especially when we do our live stream Saturdays and stuff like that. It really helps when I don't have to wait, 30 seconds to a minute before I see, oh, that's why Ramses is freaking out because Mechagodzilla just showed up. Versus, what's he freaking out about? He's just smashing this tower. I don't know why he's getting all crazy. And then, the video catches up and I'm like, oh man, Ramses, you gonna die.
Yeah, he was hard, by the way. He was really hard. But no, yeah, the big issue, like I said, like right now, it's like right now I'm pretty sure they're trying to figure out a way to make it like very low maintenance in terms of of it using memory space and computer space. So as things go on and it adds more options and it starts being less and less resource heavy, it's gonna become more viable platform. But for right now, it's there.
Well, you guys keep your eyes on it. We'll see when they get some more bonuses in there. Maybe we'll experiment with that one of these weekends.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. But like right now, like I said, let's just keep with Twitch, because Twitch, we got so many viewers on Twitch right now. As a matter of fact, thank you for listening. And two, there's a lot more options we can do on Twitch. Even though there's other options like hitbox, I do like, for example, if someone can host. Like I can go right now on my own personal. Matter of fact, I'll do that right now to show you guys. I can go on my personal page and actually host you guys, and someone else can host and do stuff like that as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, let me show you. As a matter of fact, you're about to see it right now. Like you
I can't really
something
see
that says
it.
there
I'm
now.
playing.
Well, for those on the chat,
and the people in the chat can see it.
Yeah, you guys are gonna see like something like post secret. So anyways,
one of the things is that Steam is making steps towards this, and I think that's not surprising to anybody. I don't think there's anyone sitting there going like, "Oh, they saw Twitch happening and they were like, well, that's cool." No, of course they want to compete. Of course they want people using their service rather than Twitch.
Yeah, and like I said, like they have pretty much the biggest multiplayer game being played right now, which is Dota 2. Like second only to League of Legends. It's either you playing League of Legends or Dota. And it's just like if they can get that Dota audience that says you can only stream, or like if you want to like see like true one-to-one synced battles in Dota, you go to our service.
Not only that, but if they could put in other little tweaks and stuff that you can do, I think a lot of people would really get. Well, I mean, you didn't get all the Dota. I'm not a Dota person, so I could care less. In fact, I don't like most of those arena games in general. It's just not my style. And yes, I know they're class-based, and I can play as a healer or whatever. Too many toxic people on there, and I hate using the word toxic to describe people, but venomous. Too many venomous people on there, and I am not keen on venomous people. Now I sound more.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you on that regard. I mean, anyways,
I've had to take so much crap for playing as a medic in Team Fortress, where some 12-year-old gets on and makes fun of me while he's running around as a heavy, and then as soon as he wants me to supercharge him, guess who comes crawling up to me? So yeah, certain types of people online I don't like to play with, and the multi-arena or battle arena games or whatever you call them have a lot more of those people, it seems. So that's just my personal opinion.
All right. So
moving on to kind of the other major events. The Game Awards occurred, not to be mixed up with the VGAs on Spike. This is a different, more BS award than the current existing BS awards. And
I think the current BS awards is already done.
Yeah, they're all done. It's over. Thank God. We can move on.
No, I mean as in like Spike is not doing that awards show anymore.
No, because I heard that it was the guy running this was from the VGAs but left the VGAs. But
yeah, it's Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, Jeff Keighley. Thank you.
Jeff Keighley was like, I want to make our show reputable. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Anyways, keep going.
So I will say this: one, I watched some of the stream. I thought it was stupid. The host wasn't that good. I hate the fact that every 5 seconds they're just shilling some new game.
Oh, by the way, Jared, I just want to stop you. I am sorry, but I want to promote a new game coming out.
Oh, damn it, Miguel.
Yes, okay, Miguel wants to promote Dungeon Defender 2.
Oh yeah, Dungeon Defender 2. Okay, continue with the show.
Okay. So it gets really frustrating.
Jared, I gotta interrupt you here. I gotta say thank you to our sponsors, Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Yes, thank you to our sponsors. Now, as I was saying, you really
you don't understand.
Jared, sorry, we gotta stop you once again. I want to thank Microsoft for having such a great Black Friday sale. Good job, Microsoft.
Yeah, they did a great job. Now, as I was saying, you get really.
Jared, no, stop. Wait, hold on. I gotta say this right now. Beyonce had the greatest album of all time.
Oh my God, that's so 2008. So like I said, you get excited because you're like, oh my gosh, I want to know what the best shooter of the year was. And then, I thought you guys interrupted me again. Damn it!
No, the joke is done. That's why we
the joke is done. But it was frustrating for me. And I'm like, look, I saw the little segment for the extra amount of footage of Codename Steam, and I'll admit I'm excited about Codename Steam. And yes, Metal Gear Online. Let's all get all giddy about Metal Gear. And we could do a whole show based on Metal Gear as we're discussing pre-show. We could do a whole.
God. You can use a dog to distract people. Oh my God, so cool!
Oh my gosh, when we do that, if we ever do a Metal Gear themed show, I will make my retro review of the week Snake's Revenge.
Oh my God, don't! Oh my God, you want to torture yourself, man? Don't do it! Don't be a hero!
It's a crap for our fans. All 6 of them.
Did you ever play Metal Gear Solid 4?
I have.
It's like, I'm imagining you just crawling through the microwave. Don't do it!
That's what quit.
Just like that's the mic. It's like, no, Jared, we need you alive. You're too valuable. I can't. Miguel's not a good leader. I mean, yeah, granted, he is a good leader, but you can't be replaced.
No, it'll be great because it'll just be like up on Valium or lithium or something afterwards. I'm like, the doctor said these pills make me not think of bad games anymore. Puppies are nice. Oh yeah, game news. I wish all video games were like puppies, so I could pet them. Like I just be playing on pills or something. That's how I would show up to the next episode after reviewing Snake's Revenge.
It's like, oh guys, unfortunately, I can't review games anymore. But good news, I can taste colors.
Yes.
My doctor said I can't play any more games, but hey, I can now taste the rainbow, as they say.
Now, while I'm making fun of this award show and how it was handled, and a lot of the things that did win, I was kind of meh. The one thing I will say is congratulations to Total Biscuit. He's an awesome guy, and he has a lot of fans, and for a good reason. And I'm glad that he won the award. Bravo! Props to you, man.
I'm gonna throw in my 2 cents here really quick.
Well,
I didn't mind Jeff Keighley. It's just it made me realize one thing. This award show made me realize why they paired him up with other people.
Yes, I'll go.
Because it's like you can tell he's passionate about the business, but he's a block of wood.
Yeah.
And you can tell. And the thing is, I've met Jeff Keighley. He's a great guy, but the thing is, as a personality, as a person that's out and about, he's not what I would call the best person in the world for it. But I can tell he's really sincere about the business. The problem is, it's like the people that I made this joke on the Twitter. It's like, can we get like Mario Lopez to help him out for God's sakes?
Here's another way to put this. The one E3 press conference I look forward to every year for the last few years is Ubisoft. Not because I'm a fan of Assassin's Creed, which I am, and not because I love Rayman, which I don't. Aisha Tyler adds so much personality and so much fun. Plus, I love the fact that everyone from Montreal is like a foot shorter than her.
Yeah, she's like a Yeti.
She is almost exactly like her character from Archer.
No.
And I think that's
keep
the
making fun
joke.
of how tall she is and how big she is compared to everybody. I'm like, I wonder if they modified the character because Aisha Tyler is the voice, and like, oh, we're gonna make this character like 6'2" now.
Well, no, I think the actress came first, and then the design came later with Archer.
Okay, I wasn't sure on that one, but she adds so much personality and she just has so much life and she gets so excited and so pumped up for stuff. And I like this is you watch like Microsoft and you got some dude in a suit going like, we here at Microsoft are really excited about the Xbox One.
Well, no,
one of our Xbox One games coming out.
Well, they have one guy right now that's pretty good, but no, the one that killed it for me last year was Sony, and what's his face, the new CEO. I was like, oh my god, what are you doing? It's like, he's saying these words and he's just using his hands, and it's like, wow, dude, just stop. Like this could have ended like 50 minutes earlier if we weren't talking. Anyways,
yeah, so
yeah,
I like when you have someone there who can add some life and add some energy. Nintendo's works just because the way Nintendo does it is, it's in their direct stream. It's just boom, something, boom, something, boom, something. It's not a time for a host to waste your time with talking. It's like boom, trailer, boom, Reggie like showing off some Smash Brothers footage, boom, another trailer, boom, another trailer, boom, Reggie and the head of Nintendo Japan are having an arm wrestling contest. Boom, trailer.
So Satoru Iwata's like, they're having a Dragon Ball Z battle. Like, hello, friend. We are coming directly to you to show you my Dragon Ball Z battle. And Reggie just comes up, my body is ready.
Because they can do fun things like that because of the format versus, a press conference, which gets very boring.
Someone gets to draw that, by the way.
With
please.
these Game Awards, you need to put someone in there who's like a known celebrity gamer type. Like Seth Green or something. I think Seth Green's a gamer. He's
a gamer. He's a voice of Joker. He's a voice of Joker in Mass Effect.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's Joker in Mass Effect. Thank you. So get Seth Green up there and have him tell some jokes. Have him have some energy, and it would be a good first step to making this an enjoyable award show to watch. So
yeah, but
I enjoy it. I disagree with some of the award choices, but I don't even know who voted on the awards. So
it's gotta be the Academy of Video Game and Video Game Enthusiasts, which is a new term I just made up. So it's all made up.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing: if you see the award show, basically it's like, so Bungie, how do you like all these awards we just gave you? Oh, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. I'm like, wait a minute. How the hell did you get 3 rare spawns in one sitting?
Well,
I tweeted it out to me.
What I liked was when Hearthstone won Best Mobile Game. They're like,
God.
And unfortunately, no one here from Bungie is here to accept this. Oh, someone is here from Bungie? Or not Bungie, Blizzard, excuse me. Blizzard. No one here from Blizzard is here to accept the award. Oh, someone from Blizzard is here? Okay, yes. So, the representative of Blizzard, please come up to accept the award. And I'm like, do you not practice this ahead of time? Do you not have a list of who is available here to... Oh, for God's sake.
I'm pretty sure they just gave the award to just some guy who owns the game. Like, yeah, I'm a representative of...
I would totally
Blizzard
raise my hand.
Game.
If they said no one was there, I'd raise my hand and like, oh, someone is here. I'm like, sweet. Take the trophy home. You don't even work for a game company. I don't, but now I have the Hearthstone trophy. I'm going to put that up on my shelf. I'm gonna pawn this off at the nearest pawn shop and bet it all on black when I get to the casino. Oh yeah. Oh no, it's so sad. It's like that episode of The Simpsons with the B Sharps episode where so I hand him my statue and he's like, an award statue? Oh, it's a video game award, and just tosses it over his shoulder.
Oh, it's a gremlin. Hey, don't throw your trash down here.
Anyways, keep going.
But you know, if Keely's whole goal is to make some legitimate video game awards that we can all look to and look forward to, I think that's a noble goal. I think this was not. This felt like if the three of us did a video game award show, I figure it'd be the equivalent of that, except for less talking about their sponsors and less shilling of new games that are coming out. And yes, checking out the new trailers is cool. But you know what? I can download this on my PlayStation this Tuesday. You know, or
not that, a lot of them were shown. A lot of great games were shown, but they got a lot of PlayStation games got expanded so much at the PlayStation Experience.
Exactly.
But I guess we should talk about those games that they showed off, because there's some notable games that need to be discussed.
All right, we got a few minutes left in the show, so we'll take care of that and then we'll wrap it up. Yeah,
because first of all, Metal Gear Online. Oh my God, it's gonna be amazing. And I guess the next biggest one that they talked about was they showed off finally. Well, they didn't show off finally. They showed off a little bit more of The Legend of Zelda for the Wii U, and they showed off Star Fox for the Wii U.
For the Wii U, yeah.
So, I haven't seen the Star Fox
big
footage yet. I just want to comment, I have not seen the Star Fox footage yet, but I have seen the Zelda footage, and I am in love with that footage, and I am loving how it's being developed and how it's coming along.
Yeah, same here. I'm really hyped, and it's like this is the kind of game that right now Nintendo needs. It's like the open world Skyrim style Zelda is, I think, something that's been needing, and I'm glad that they took their time to make a game like this, to do it in that precise style.
I'm just hoping the quest structure works for that kind of thing, because I don't want an open world, but I still have to go to Dungeon 1, Dungeon 2, Dungeon 3 in that order. I want to do side quests, and I want side quests that aren't just like, hey, can you... Okay, but as a fan of the Game Boy games, I'm going to try not to make this sound too jerkish. But the side quests in the Game Boy games are, hey, I found a pencil. Oh, you give the pencil to this guy. He gives you a rubber duck. Then you give the rubber duck to this guy, and he gives you a broom. And you give the broom to this guy, and that person gives you a wallet. And you give the wallet to... like, you know, I want a side quest where it's literally on my list of things to do. And it's like, oh, go to the dungeon of such and such and find... the claw of such and such, and give it the elder of the Gorgons or something. Not Gorgons.
Gorons.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, if you want a game like that, go play Majora's Mask. That's true. That's the closest
stuff.
Majora's Mask is the closest we're gonna get to that kind of style where it's like meet person A to do this accomplishment and go do accomplishment B in a certain amount of time. Yeah. So it's like, it's proven that it can be done. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure if that's what they're going for, I'm very sure that's why they waited on doing Majora's Mask as sort of like, okay, Majora's Mask. This is the game that's gonna prepare you for this game.
And that might actually be a valid theory.
Because Zelda Ocarina of Time, did it come up before or after Skyward Sword?
Before.
I'm pretty sure Skyward Sword was like, here is Skyward Sword for new players. This is how it's gonna be, and then here's Skyward Sword, which is gonna play a lot more similar.
Well, here's the thing with it. They said they started developing Majora's Mask around the same time that I think Ocarina of Time came out. So they've been working on this for a while, and they obviously have been. I don't think Nintendo sits there and goes, "Hey, should we make a new Zelda game now that we finished Skyward Sword?" I'm sure they already know what they're doing with whatever this new one's going to be called. I think they already knew that while working on Skyward Sword. They knew where they were going. They're thinking, video games, if they're doing a proper development cycle, do take years to do. That's why Nintendo games are so great, and we don't have to get a new Zelda sequel every year, because they'll make a good enough game that we'll talk about for years. Then they'll give us the next one. So I think they knew what they were going to do when they get to 2015 or 2016 when these come out, since I don't think are they both going to be 2015?
Yep.
Yeah, 2015 both.
Okay. So
Star Fox is coming out first.
Then Zelda.
Okay.
Pretty sure
so they were
Star
planning
Fox
2015, probably back in 2012.
I'm thinking Star Fox will probably be released sometime in June, while Zelda is going to be the holiday blockbuster for them.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah.
Okay, so a couple more things here. That's what the next big announcement is that. Well, like I said, the first big one was Metal Gear Online. The next one was Zelda, and actually the biggest one was Zelda and Star Fox. Then it was Metal Gear Online, and then after that, they announced they showed off a trailer for your game that's up in your alley. They announced a new King's Quest. They finally showed off the new King's Quest game.
I haven't seen the footage of that yet, actually.
It looks pretty good. It looks kind of hand drawn.
I'll take a look at it. We can talk about it the next episode.
Yeah, and then they show off the trailer for Godzilla game.
I'm sorry. You'll see on the stream in a bit why I'm laughing.
Alright. Anyways.
Go on for the last couple of games, Ramses.
What?
Dang it.
Anyways. Next one was Godzilla. They showed off Godzilla. Even though that we played the game already, it was announced that it's getting a PlayStation 4 version as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, if you play the game, it's kind of needed that they kind of need to put a PlayStation 4 version of the game, because it slows down considerably when you're just destroying the cities. And
that's on PS3, folks. That's how this can get.
Yeah, so it's I'm pretty sure the power of the PS4, it's gonna be able to calculate a lot more faster and a lot less slowdown. So that's. Yes, I agree with you, dog. I agree. I totally agree with you. Yes, fascinating. He's telling me that
the dog is informing us that that we're running out of time on our show. Yeah. So wrap it up, Ramses. Then Miguel can talk a little bit about One Way Hero or One Way Heroics rather, and then we can wrap it up. So
the last couple of things is. Let's see. They announced the team that made Going Home is making a new game called Tacoma. They shut off more Until Dawn. Various other games already, but that's pretty much about it.
All right. Well, Miguel, now that you've been playing for a while and everyone on the live stream has seen it, but people obviously listening to this have not, give us a quick little rundown of your feelings of One Way Heroics.
It's a frustrating infinite walker, I guess. I haven't even hit the boss at what the boss is.
Well, it seems more like a roguelike.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's roguelike.
All right.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty interesting roguelike. I'm really, we were discussing before the show. It's I actually own this game, and I completely forgot I did.
Well, then how about for next week we can tease right now at the end of the show that both you guys give it a good play, and then we can have a head-to-head review next week. Are we all for that?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
All right, so you heard it right here. The Indie Game of the Month is going to get a head-to-head review on our next episode. Until then, I'm Jared for Ramses, Miguel, Background Becky, and Baby Miguel saying, game over, and winners don't do drugs. Boop, we're out.
We're out for the podcast,
wow, that was fun.
But people that are still here watching the live stream, hang on tight, because we'll be back in after a short break. We will be playing our after show game the Wii U Virtual Console Rygar.
So stay tuned, Deb.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a few other people here if you look at our numbers. So
We actually I was actually maining the chat. I was like, because like the thing is, the reason why I had to stop and talk to people is because I found out if you talk to the people, they're more inclined to stay and check out the stream if you're like addressing them. I know it's hard, especially if we're doing a podcast.
yeah, that's perfect, dude.